Paul Heyman looks like a broken man these days on SmackDown. Following WrestleMania 40, he has been coerced into working under Solo Sikoa, the new leader of the Bloodline. However, this was because he was certain that Roman Reigns would one day come back. Now, with Solo breaking the news that Reigns is not returning, Heyman does not know what to do. The current regime of the Bloodline is savage and unpredictable, and Paul Heyman is afraid. He wants to leave the group, and this was made clear when he asked CM Punk for help on last night's SmackDown. But maybe he can find help elsewhere. Perhaps he can align himself with the Bloodline's newest recruit, Jacob Fatu. Now, the idea of Paul Heyman aligning himself with the 32-year-old star seems ridiculous. The Samoan werewolf is possibly even more dangerous than Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa combined. But that is exactly why the wise men should consider working with him. After all, if there is anyone who can help him get out of the group, it's the newest and perhaps not as loyal member of it. If there was one thing that was noticeable about Fatu's debut, it's that he is unhinged. He tore through Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton like it was nothing. What's more, even the dangerous Tongans seemed wary about him. Taking all this into consideration, Heyman could look to him for help by convincing him to betray the group. All in all, this is just speculation at the moment, and there is no telling what the future holds for Heyman and the Bloodline. Paul Heyman was distraught after learning the news about Roman Reigns. Outside of Jacob Fatu's debut last night, perhaps the biggest news from SmackDown was that Roman Reigns will not be returning to WWE. According to Solo Sikoa, the former undisputed WWE champion told him that he has no plans of returning to the company. It was a shocking revelation and one that understandably left Paul Heyman distraught. As mentioned earlier, the only reason Heyman was working under Sikoa was because he was under the impression that the street champion was put in charge by Reigns himself. Given all that has happened in the last few weeks, it's no surprise that Heyman is upset over the news. The only question now is, what's next for him? What Heyman does in the coming weeks will be of great interest to the WWE universe. After all, he is the wise man of the Bloodline. But, with Roman Reigns seemingly out of the picture, one has to wonder if Heyman will remain devoted to the group. Paul Heyman has long been regarded as one of the most influential and cunning minds in professional wrestling. His alliance with top-tier talent has historically led to the creation of some of the most iconic moments in the industry. After the latest SmackDown episode, there is growing speculation that Heyman might be aligning himself with a new, up-and-coming 32-year-old superstar. This development could signal a significant shift in WWE's landscape, potentially reshaping storylines and power dynamics on the Blue brand. Let's explore the possibilities and implications of this prospective partnership. The superstar in question. The 32-year-old superstar in question has been making waves in WWE for some time. Known for their athleticism, charisma, and undeniable in-ring talent, they have all the makings of a future champion. Their matches consistently deliver high-octane action, and their promos have been steadily improving, showing a grasp of the craft that belies their relatively short time in the spotlight. Aligning with Paul Heyman could be the catalyst that propels them from a promising talent to a main event fixture. 1. Potential for greatness. Heyman has an eye for talent and a track record of elevating wrestlers to new heights. This superstar has shown flashes of brilliance, and Heyman likely sees the potential for greatness. By guiding them, he could create the next big thing in WWE. 2. Fresh blood. The WWE universe thrives on fresh storylines and new faces in the main event scene. Heyman might see this alliance as a way to inject new life into the product, creating compelling television that captivates audiences and keeps them invested. 3. Personal gain. Heyman is a shrewd businessman. Aligning with a rising star guarantees him continued relevance and influence within WWE. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement where Heyman's expertise and the superstar's talent combine to dominate the landscape. The announcement. The announcement of this alliance could take place in a dramatic fashion on SmackDown. Picture this: the arena lights dim, and a familiar, commanding voice fills the air. Paul Heyman steps into the spotlight, microphone in hand. He speaks with his trademark intensity, building anticipation with every word. Ladies and gentlemen, Heyman begins. My name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for greatness. Tonight, I introduce you to the future of WWE. A superstar who will redefine this industry, a force of nature who will dominate every opponent, and together, we will conquer SmackDown. As Heyman continues, the crowd buzzes with speculation. Who could it be? The suspense reaches a fever pitch until finally, the superstar's entrance music hits. They emerge to a thunderous reaction, standing beside Heyman with a determined look. The impact on SmackDown. The impact of this new alliance would be felt immediately. Heyman's presence alone elevates any superstar he aligns with, and his expertise in storytelling ensures that their journey will be captivating. Here are a few potential storylines that could emerge from this partnership. 1. Title pursuit. With Heyman by their side, the superstar sets their sights on the Universal Championship. Heyman's cunning tactics and the superstar's in-ring prowess make them a formidable duo, creating a credible threat to the reigning champion. 2. Rivalries. This alliance could spark intense rivalries with other top talents. Established stars might take issue with Heyman's new protege, leading to high-stakes matches and personal vendettas. The drama and conflict would be must-see TV. 3. Faction warfare. Heyman is no stranger to building powerful factions. This alliance could be the beginning of a new dominant group on SmackDown. Adding other rising talents or disgruntled wrestlers could create a formidable stable that seeks to control the brand. The superstar's evolution. Aligning with Paul Heyman would necessitate an evolution for the superstar. Heyman's guidance would help refine their character, emphasizing their strengths and minimizing weaknesses. The superstar would adopt a more ruthless, calculating persona, fully embracing the dark side that Heyman's alliances often require. This transformation would be reflected in their promos, in-ring style, and overall demeanor. They would exude confidence and arrogance, backed by the knowledge that Heyman's support makes them nearly unstoppable. The WWE Universe would witness a metamorphosis as the superstar evolves from a promising talent to a dominant force. Fan reaction. The WWE Universe's reaction to this alliance would be mixed, as is often the case with significant storyline developments. Heyman's history as a polarizing figure means that some fans will eagerly embrace this new pairing.